What are some of your worst experiences in your years as a dealer?
Well, some of the worst things I had. I remember before we were actually working in the commercial casino, back in the charity casino days, we actually had a couple that came there. It was on their 50th anniversary, and the one fella made this statement that the day I go, I want a deck of cards in one hand and a beer in the other. And unfortunately, that's exactly what happened. He passed away right at our table, and that wasn't very good at all. That's something that's been sticking with us for now, probably about a little over 15 years now. One of the other worst experience too is recalling some young lad coming into the casino back in the days, even going to college, where you get front money from the government, I guess OSAP, and he blew it all. He was betting it, he got caught in the gambling bug, and he blew it all. And he didn't know how to go about telling his parents that he didn't have the money to finish his schooling. And I sat there and watched him. There's nothing I could do about it or say anything to him, but I watched him cry, like right there in front of us. He just completely broke down. Those are two of the things that stick out big time at me.
What ages do you find predominantly always at the casino?
Used to be probably about 40 and above, but I've noticed in the last couple of years, since just before they had the hockey lockout, last strike, but the hockey lockout was nothing for a lot of the younger kids to do. So all of a sudden, Texas Hold'em poker became very popular, and I've noticed a great big boom with that. There are an awful lot of younger, late teens, early 20s playing that game now, and that seems to be the most dominant in the casinos right now, are the poker players.
What age demographic do you find stay the longest during one sitting?
Definitely the early 20s. Those people will play for days. I mean, it's kind of almost like a challenge for some of these people. When people are done, if they're working or if they're doing the school, as soon as Friday night rolls along, some of them stay there from Friday right through to Sunday morning. You know, I don't know how they do it. A lot of Red Bull and a lot of coffee, but they'll sit there for 1, 2 days at a time.
What is the most you have seen someone lose at one time?
In one hand, was I seen a fella. He had special rates. This is not the norm, but he was allowed to bet over the actual table limits, and he was playing blackjack, and he was betting $15,000 a hand times 7 spots. In the course of one shoe, he lost $1 million.
What is the most you have seen someone win at one time?
I saw a person win 3.4 million on the Mega Bucks jackpot right across from me. She didn't even know she won. She thought she won 300 and change. She didn't even know she won 3 point something million. Yeah.
What games do you find the most addicting?
Well, I'm in table games, but slots are definitely the most addictive. I think we've done studies on that. Slot machines, people will get so mesmerized by it, the bells and the whistles. But as far as the table games department now, it's definitely Texas Hold'em. Texas Hold'em is the game now. Everybody's playing it. It doesn't matter how old you are. Everybody thinks they're professional. Once they win once, they come back for more.
Do you have any messages for college students?
Absolutely. Finish your studies. Don't go to the casino. If you want to go to the casino, remember the casino motto is for entertainment value only. I think that's a polite way of saying for them, if they lose your money, we don't lose any sleep over it because it's your entertainment dollar. It's just like going to the movies or going for dinner. You're spending your money for entertainment. But the reality is, these casinos are opening up all over the place, and they're not being opened by people winning. They're being opened by people losing. And kids coming and using their parents' money. Some people actually pay for their kids' tuitions and food, which puts them on a tight budget. And some kids actually go and get the loans for student loans and OSAP. But once they get hooked, and it's also starting your life early, I highly recommend finish your studies, get educated, and then when you do go, play within your limits. If you have $100 to afford to spend, take that. Leave your Interact cards at home, leave credit cards at home. That way there, if you do lose, you won't have a chance to, oh, I gotta get that money back, or you might see somebody else win, well maybe I can do it too. Just come with what you can afford to spend. Expect to lose it. Don't expect to win. If you do win, God bless. Beautiful. Thank you. Have a good day. The casino will be open again tomorrow to take your money.